What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XCN today, OnyxCoin. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. All right, here we are, sitting at about 2 cents right now. We've done it. We've gone a little bit lower, haven't we? I don't think that we go below this low, right? There is, of course, that absolute anticipation that we could. We were looking for this 3 peaks pattern back in the day, but I think that this is busted, right? I think that it's been busted. So now what we're looking for overall is just higher lows to maintain this uptrend and not to break down. If we do break down, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's going to come back just as soon as it drops, right? Or maybe it drops, it consolidates, and then it comes back. But it will come back, and it will come back with a vengeance. By the end of March, you guys, I'm very much expecting that this thing will be around 10 cents to 20 cents, somewhere in that zone, right? Maybe even above 20 cents. In fact, by the end of this month, I'm sticking with it. I think that we will be either above this high or very near this high, certainly above 4 cents, if not above 5 cents by the end of this month. So regardless of when or how low the drop comes, I'm expecting that it'll be a rapid recovery that we would see, right? It would be something on the lines of what we've seen back here in the January times, right? Of course, I don't know if the next move up will be as robust as this overall. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a little bit less. I would expect it to be a little bit less, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Looking at the daily RSI, we've got lower lows here in the RSI. We've got lower lows in the price. Bearish convergence. Rejecting the 60. Maybe you could find support at the 40. You know, I think a good goal today, let's just see. A good goal for today would be to close the day, try to close it above yesterday's open. Try to close above 2.09 cents. If not, that's okay. But if we do, that would signal to me that we might be reversing here, because then what we'd get is a look of a bounce on the 40 on the RSI. After rejecting the 60, bouncing off the 40, rejecting the 60, we could bounce off the 40. We could expect that. I know the RSI looks like it's below the 40 now, and it is, but that's only because of where the price is. If by the end of the day, if this is the 4-hour. Oh, never mind. It's not the. I thought this was the daily. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Yeah, we're not going to do that. we're definitely not going to do that. Okay, so this is the 4-hour, 10 minutes left. No, so we're going down. Okay, we definitely are going down. That doesn't mean that we're going below this low, but we are going lower from here. So throw out that whole idea out the window. I'm sorry. Low to high here, golden ratio. Second time in the golden ratio, you broke through it. We're looking to find support at the 786 to 886 area. That's what we're looking to do. Okay, so going down, but again, not that much lower. Something between about 1.95 cents to 2 cents itself. You're right in that area now. We're talking about what I would expect the maximum drop to be is like 5%. That, you know what I mean? That's from here, 5%. Is it a good time to sell? Probably not. Now, we could go lower. If we do go lower, 1.6, probably not even. I'd say 1.5 to 1.4 cents would be the expectation. And that is about a 30 to a 22, 23% drop from here. That is a bit more. I'm still not expecting that. Again, we talk about this rather regularly, and it might confuse people. There might be some people who think that I'm calling for the price to go down, calling for it to go up day after day, but I feel like the game plan has more or less stayed the same for the long term. Come here. My cat's being loud and obnoxious. I gotta give him loves. Rafiki. You guys remember Rafiki, right? It might seem like I'm changing my dynamics day after day, but just in the short-term stuff, right? The long-term stuff has all remained the same. The 10 to 20 cent target area, that hasn't changed much other than the notion of a 14 cent being there, right? And that's still in that range, so it hasn't changed much. We've addressed throughout this whole range, this whole time, we've really addressed the possibilities of going down to 1.4 to 1.5 cents. So that hasn't changed either. And the whole time we've addressed that, we've addressed it as a possibility, not a probability, not something that we're expecting, just that we're mentioning, because if it does happen, if it happens, it's going to be fine. It'll be an area for support. It would likely be an area for support just based off the price alone. But if we take a relative low here to a relative high there, our golden extension is also right in that same area as well. So just based on the fibs, based on the price, based off of logic, it all, I feel like makes sense that we would probably find support there. But what would hurt me, or at least what would discourage me a little bit, is if we did, I personally would not like to see us interact with this at all. Because if we've got the right Elliott wave count here, if this is Elliott wave, an impulsive wave, we've got one impulsive wave up, 2, this is our consolidation phase, 3, another impulsive wave, 4, a consolidation phase. This wave 4 only stands to be a wave 4 and not something that's like a larger correction overall, as long as we don't hit 1.56 or 1.59 cents. If we hit this line or go below this line, we're interacting with wave 1. That's not characteristic of wave 4, and that means we have an incorrect wave count, which would actually mean this is the end of the wave, this is the end of the move, and that this is actually the beginning of a new move to the downside, in which case we really could see XCN go all the way back below 1 cent. So again, while there is a lot of reason to find support at the 1.5 cent area, and that would be encouraging, it would discourage this whole 5 wave count that we have on the Elliott wave. But again, I'm not the most experted person in Elliott wave theory. Maybe this is the end of the count. Maybe we have some kind of triangle or running flat here, and then that's good enough to extend another count. I don't know. I don't know how it all works, right? I know the basics, and I'm trying here is all I'm trying to say. But we're at 2 cents now. To try and make it more clear, we could drop to 1.5 cents. I wouldn't want to see that happen, but we could see that happen, and there's strong areas of support down there. I would expect as soon as we get down there, we'd be back at prices that are above this. There is the possibility that going down here could hurt the chances of seeing an immediate recovery all the way up to new all-time highs. It might take longer to do that. We might have more of a move down to go. It could signal that. That's what I was just saying with the Elliott wave theory. But more likely than not, and what I'm anticipating personally, my call, the reason why I'm talking about the downside right now is not because I expect it, because I'm prepared for it if it happens, and I want you to be prepared for it too. What I am expecting, what my true expectation is that we're going to find support pretty soon, right around this area that we're at now, less than 5% away, or at the most 5% away from a low to a high. The lowest that I think we go to is 0.0195, okay? 1.95 cents. That's the lowest I think we go to. We either bounce from that area, or we're going to bounce right from the 786, or somewhere in between, guys. We're going to find a nice bounce. We're on the 4-hour time frame today. How much time do we have left in the day? Is it like 9 hours? 8 hours left. So we have 2 4-hour candles left in the day. This one closes in 5 minutes. So I would think by the end of today, we'll do one of two things. We'll either be at our low, and then tomorrow be ready to go up, or over the next 8 hours, we will find our low, recover, and probably even close above where we're at now. Any kind of bounce here, any kind of bounce here at 2.029 cents, that's $0.02029 to $0.0195. I hate saying it like that. I feel like it's easier to just say 1.95 cents, but people get confused the other way, so I don't want to confuse you. What I would expect is that if you find support in this area, it would be a rather immediate bounce. It doesn't have to look like this. It can be like this, you know, it can be slower than that, but just something that's rather immediate and persistent to the upside. And if you do find support here, what would conclude this as support and that you are not going lower, to me at least, what would help would be to get above the golden ratio, close above the golden ratio. Now we could close down here today and then tomorrow work our way up here and close above here. That's fine. That's fine. But when we get above the golden ratio after bouncing off of this that concludes to me that we're done going lower. We're likely going higher. To further validate that, when you get above the 236, that absolutely that completely validates this as a low, and we're absolutely going higher. Okay, so that's something else we have to look forward to, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, unless it happens today, but we'd have a very immaculate bounce at that. And we can see that happen, but I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting to move down a little bit. By the end of today, we either find the low and then recover, or by the end of today, we're at the low and then tomorrow we start to recover. What we're looking for in that recovery is that we do close a 4-hour candle above 2.17 cents. And not only do we close a candle above that, but we get continuation afterwards. It's okay if we find resistance and come back down and find support, whatever. That's okay, but we want to close above 2.17 cents. Okay. Ideally, being that this is the 4-hour time frame, I would expect to see that happen tomorrow. I would expect that to happen tomorrow. If not by the end of today, that'd be nice. Any earlier is not discouraged at all. What we don't want to see is a bounce from this area that's rather lackluster, and then we come back down and we bounce in this area again, and then we come up and we find resistance at the golden ratio, because then we're going lower, guys, right? What we don't want to see is that we find support in this area, we get an immaculate bounce, and then it wicks all the way up there, and then by the end of that candle, we come back down and we close below the golden ratio. That's not what we want to see, okay? What we need to see, and it's very important to get confirmation here, don't get excited just because you're up here, right? If you rip all the way up here, if you have a big wick like this, you're going to come all the way back down and close below the golden ratio, right? So that's not it. You need to wait for the 4-hour to close above the golden ratio. If we get up here and we wick back down and we close below it, that's not good. If we meander and then we try and we reject it, that's not good. If we just go up and try right now and then we reject it, that's not good either. We need to get above 2.17 cents, okay? After specifically finding support basically where we are now, okay? And this could happen by the end of today, but I'm thinking at the latest it would happen by the end of tomorrow, probably in the first half of tomorrow. So that's what to look for. If we don't get that, that doesn't mean that XCN's condemned. In fact, oftentimes, whenever we do things that are a little outside the expectations, oftentimes you go lower and you look like you're going to go even lower. That's where you find support and you rip. And of course you would, because right there, just below where we're expecting you to go, that's right at here at an area of support. You could go even lower than that. As long as we're not interacting with this area here, I'm fine. I'm not too worried about XCN. Even if we get down there, it's still good areas of support. I would probably be buying more down here, to be completely honest, if we get below 1.5 cents. But I don't think it's going to happen. Just calling for it in case it does. I got nothing else for you guys. I truthfully do believe that XCN is about to rip. I think that either by the end of today, if not by the end of tomorrow, we'll see some resolution with this low relative to this low. It'll be another higher low, and we will begin breaking out of this phase here by the end of this week. I would suspect still that we are above 3 cents by the end of the week. That's my expectation. I got nothing else for you guys. If you like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. We're looking death in the face right now, and we're saying not today, my friends, not today. I think that it is basically at the area that you'd expect to bounce. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, just a guy giving you my opinion. Look at this. We got some bullish divergence on the 1 hour there. It's not confirmed until we get a 1 hour that closes green, but man, that's nice. I don't know. Little volume pickup, but I'm not worried about it, right? So it's nothing too concerning at all. Bullish divergence on the 1 hour. What about the 15-minute time frame? What do we got here? Not really, but you're at an area that you found support the last couple times. Yeah. I'm not worried about it at all, man. This 15-minute candle, this big one here, you've got less volume than some of these candles here where you consolidated. This is just, I think this is not, I don't want to say manipulated, but I think this is market maker behavior, and they're just trying to shake people out. So don't get shaken out. Please don't get shaken out. Buy more if anything. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.